Welcome to another episode of the Feminine Frequency. I'm Carrie Gatto, and today I have a very special guest, Sonya Masur, who is the creator of Zenathon, a one-day immersive retreat and festival of peace in beautiful Sharon, Mass. Hi, Sonya. Welcome. So good to see you.
Good morning, Carrie. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay, me too. Me too. So I know Zenathon is like a really big vision, right? And it's taken a long time to pull it all together. But I was wondering if you could, put it into just like a sentence. What is like the essence of Zenathon? I know that's a big ask.
Wow, a sentence. Okay, I'm trying to be very concise. Um, I think I would say it is a day to gather peace tools for yourself to bring you to
Mm,
your own natural space of grounded, centered, balanced, and then send it out to the world.
that's beautiful. Yes, thank you.
Or maybe a run-on sentence, as grammar was never my thing, but that's what I would say.
Yeah, no, you did a great job of capturing the feel of it. And what is the story behind Xenophon? Like, was there a moment when you kind of just said, "Oh my gosh, this is what I want to do"?
Yeah, sure. There is a story. I have a practice where I see people one-on-one, and I see a lot of elite athletes, marathoners, Iron men, women, and I was always listening to them and holding space for them. And I was always thinking, gee, I wish we could have something like this with more of a spiritual component to it. So originally I was thinking I have a few triathloners, and I was thinking that's a great idea, like three. We could do yoga, meditation, and walking, and have an event where we'd have different people leading these things. And as I started looking for venues and spaces, COVID came in and, as you know, kind of halted all of us, which for me was a time for lots of creativity because we got shut off outside. It then turned on the inside even more. And that's when this blossomed and continued to have the ripple effect of where it's landed now, where we have 30 plus presenters for a full day, and a 10-year plan also kind of downloaded at that point in time, where I could see each year and how it was going to progress and have the ripple effects on a much larger scale.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting how, COVID, even though there were a lot of negative and tough things that happened during that time, and a lot of people suffered, it also forced us to slow down, and that I think is part of what Zen is, right? It's like we live in such a hustle bustle, fast-paced society that sometimes it's hard to anchor into that state of Zen, of peace, of inner harmony, because we're always go, 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 go. And COVID was a time when we actually had to. And I actually am recovering from COVID right now. So I'm like very much in that state of letting go of schedules and needing to do all the time and really just slowing down. So that's interesting that that was what partially, you know, nurtured the soil of your vision for Zenathon.
I think you're exactly right. I think our world and our culture promotes busyness and multitasking to the nth degree. And if you're not doing 12,000 things at one time, what's the matter with you? Where COVID literally pulled the rug out from under our feet, on some places, even locked us in our homes where you weren't supposed to go outside. And it also, as we are talking about, it gave us more time, more permission to go within, because there was nothing stimulating outside anymore. And it actually was for some people a force to look within, and for others relished the slowing down and the coming off this crazy schedule. And that's exactly when intuition heightens, when we can go within and really mine these beautiful gems that are just kind of covered up down there.
Absolutely, beautifully said. And I know I've been talking to a lot of people who went through a kind of awakening at that time of some shape or form. So, and probably those are a lot of the people that would be interested in coming to Zenathon and exploring all the resources and modalities and connections that are going to be available there.
Yeah,
So,
we definitely, sorry, go
oh no,
ahead.
go ahead.
I
Go
said we
ahead.
definitely want all those people who kind of had those awakenings and are curious, and we want the people who haven't even begun their journey yet either. This Zenathon is really a event that caters to all levels, whether you've never experienced breath work, sound bowl healing, meditation, nature, being barefoot on the grass, paying attention to the grounding energy, or you are experienced and do these things on an everyday basis. This is really for people who have any stress, any anxiety, any fears. I don't really know anybody who doesn't
Right.
have any of these things. So this is a great opportunity to step in and kind of come to the peace buffet and just take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and see what resonates with you, what works for you, what lightens your soul, what lightens your heart, so that you can maybe, if you want, connect with these people outside of Zenathon or continue the practice. Because this is just, it's kind of the first door. It's like the first opening to just kind of come
Mm,
in, check it out, and see where it's going to lead. And you get to decide where it's going to lead.
I love the phrase peace buffet. That is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So for somebody who's thinking of going to Zenathon, like, can you describe like what they can expect when they first enter into the event and into this experience? What is the first thing they're going to see and hear and feel? Like how will it be for them?
Sure. Yeah. Let me take you on that little visualization journey. It's taking place in Sharon, Mass at Everwood Day Camp, which is an incredibly beautiful space of 70 acres in the woods on beautiful Lake Massapog, which is huge. And so as soon as you come, you are surrounded by these trees that are higher than the sky. The
Wow.
ground is covered with pine needles, and because there's been pines obviously there forever, as you walk, the ground is a little bit squishy because you're stepping on literally decades, I believe, of pine needles on top of each other. So you feel this little bit of a bounce. It's going to be just like camp. We're going to have a place to come in where we will welcome you, register. We'll probably check you off and give you a wristband to come in for the day. And then we're going to have like morning circle, just like you do at camp. There'll be a marketplace filled with local artists and vendors that you'll get to walk around before the day begins and walk around throughout the day with incredible art and practitioners and readings. There's some people who will be doing one-on-one readings there. You can meet everybody, as well as all the presenters will be in a presenter's tent, so that when it's not their turn to actually be up and talking, you can go and just talk to them. You can talk to them afterwards. You can talk to them before. You can grab one of their business cards so you can connect. Lots of them have written books, so you may want to listen to their presentation. You may want a book signed by them afterwards. The day will consist of blocks, just like at camp. So the first block, you'll get to pick one of 7 activities, and this will be on the website, which is zenathon.org, and you can see ahead of time what the schedule looks like. Maybe you want to decide ahead of time. Maybe you want to be there and pick after meeting and hearing from different presenters. But every 40 minutes or so, we'll have a new block, and you can go check somebody else out. We'll have music. There's going to be
Um,
art all over the place. There'll be things that you can just do simultaneously for a minute here or there on your way to a different presenter. And we'll also have, there's two beaches right there on the lake. One will be for activities, and one will be a silent beach that
oh,
you can go there and just do some quiet meditating. We may have some musical instruments playing there. We have a few people who were in the process of figuring that part out, but there may be a piano in the woods somewhere where you can just sit and listen. There may be a harp in one place. There's lots of surprises that are coming as well.
this is so exciting. Oh my goodness. I love that picture you just painted and so many different options to explore. And I love the camp theme because who doesn't want to go back to camp? It's like, why do kids get to have all the fun?
It's true. It's really it's playing, right? I mean, we played so much when we were little. There was a lot of joy. I'm not saying it was all peachy keen all the time, but camp is a place that often has more freedom. There's no tests. It's
Hmm.
just with people who are all wanting to be in this place at the same time. And that's pretty much what we're going for with Zenathon is to remember this joyful part of us, to have that curious part come forward, to ask questions. And even though we may not be 8, 9, 10, 11 anymore, that part is still within us. And to bring where we are now together and bringing all those pieces together, how do you bring that joy, that curiosity, that exploration here now so that your life force lights up
Hmm.
fully, just as it
Hmm.
did then, or just as it has in the past. But these are new doorways to open and check out.
Brilliant. Wow. So, Sonia, I feel like you are the embodiment of this event and of this experience. Like you just have such a kind, open-hearted, and yet powerful energy. And I was wondering if you could share a little bit more about why, maybe like about your background. Like, why are you the one? Like, how did this, how has this culminated of so much of what you've done in your life?
Well, sure. First of all, thank you. Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
It's an honor to be here and to be sharing. And I think, you know, when I look back, I've always been one who is an artist and bringing together all different puzzle pieces to bring them out in a new way, maybe not a way that was thought about before, but a way that's needed. I've been blessed from a young age to be encouraged to go for it, to always just give it a
Mm,
whirl,
hmm.
and that the outcome is the end result. The process is the most important. How we're moving things, how we're getting there, who we're holding hands with. And I think for me, it's interesting you say that I embody the Zenathon because I have to tell you that through this process, I have changed a lot. I would say maybe my real natural place is very calm, and yet
Mm,
I like to get things done. I like to make it happen. I like to, push. I used to push things and really make it happen. Where now I really flow. I open to, I think I told you this, I live on Turtle Lane. I moved
yeah,
here
yeah.
9 years ago. Like I feel like I didn't live on Rabbit Lane before, but I was like, "Grrr." And then I came to Turtle Lane and it's like, that doesn't really work here. We're gonna go to a different place. And I've been blessed to be supported by zillions of trees that we live around and all of these
Mm,
amazing downloads. And I actually really think that the Zenathon came from living here and that I'm merely the vessel that the collective conscious has kind of tapped. And I am so grateful to be sharing this and holding hands with so many people because I love connecting people to other people and people to places and allowing their journey to continue the way they want. Sometimes we hit a wall, we don't, we like try to keep going the same way, but someone else goes, oh, go that way. Check that out. See if that resonates with you. And so the buffet idea is that same thing. I've always felt like I was the option queen. I love for people to know all the options and make the decisions themselves. We
Mm,
all know what's best for us, but we don't think we do. We look for experts to tell us things. And so this really is a place to play with your intuition, play with all of these different modalities to give yourself that opportunity to reattune to you, which we were so strongly had when we were little, but as life goes on, it kind of gets beaten out of you. So this really is a beautiful opportunity for you to come back to you
mm,
and heal and grow and expand and learn and hold hands.
mm. That's so good. So good. So have there been, Sonia, any challenges that you would be open to sharing about with any of your story as this event has unfolded that you've had to overcome and maybe that have even strengthened you or your resolve or the experience of the vision itself?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I would say to you, the first thing that comes to mind is finding a venue. And I will
Mm.
tell you that that took over 10 months. And that
Oh, wow.
was, yeah, I actually, quite a few times, I thought to the universe, if you really want this to happen, like, where is the place? And, I think old habits sometimes come in times of stress and
Mhm.
panic because we tend to go back because we lose connection. Like when we're panicking, we're constricting, right? And so we're losing our connection to the universe and the earth. And without the connection and the support, we tend to go back to old things. And so I would like
Yeah.
push and pull and call people back. And I know you said you didn't want to have it here, but I'm really thinking this is a great place. And finally, I had to get smacked hard on the head, I think, and it was by one of the astrologers I work with, and they said it's going to come in October. If you could focus on other things,
Mm,
stop pounding this pavement because what you're doing is you aren't leaving the space for it to come in.
beautiful.
It's like, wow. And I have to say it was hard to not to like focus on other things. And I was like, well, how if I don't have a venue, I don't have an event. And I was talking with one friend who he actually runs triathlons and Ironman and he was like calling to check in and goes, what's going on? And I shared everything. And he's like, where's it happening? And I was like, I don't know yet. I don't have, and he's like, Sonia, if you don't have a venue, you don't have an event. You better start focusing. And it was like the
That's
opposite of
great.
what I was trying to do at the time. And I was like, I explained to him, and he is not that spiritual. And he just kind of like, uh-huh, uh, uh, okay, you do you.
You
And you
do.
know what? It came in September 30th, October 1st. A friend of
Oh
mine
my God.
called me and she's like, hey, I was just thinking about this camp. Can I connect you with the camp director? And I went and met him, and he fell in love with Zenathon. And he and his wife are directors at Everwood Day Camp. And they said, gosh, we love this idea. If you'd like, we'd love to help because we move 1,000 kids every single day. And we hate our kids being in line for things and we hate them having to wait. So we know how to move large groups. If you'd like, we'll help you so that things can move with ease. And I literally was like, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. And that's where the Xanathon is
Yeah.
happening.
I just got full body chills. That is so amazing. And thank you for sharing because, it's easy to look at someone like you and this event and it looks so beautiful and perfect and think that it was just easy, right? And it just kind of all happened. It was all smooth. And that's not always the case. You know, there's always things to overcome. There's always challenges. And so, um, yeah, it's just really cool to hear the inside scoop.
Yeah,
Thank you.
in fact, I think, we all think everybody else, wow, it's so easy for them, but we really don't know the behind the scenes. And I would say, it's never smooth and silky all the time.
Mm,
And go for it. Like, don't wait for the smooth road to appear to start walking on it. I think we smooth the road out. And by doing it, it smooths it out. And to just, if you have a dream or a desire to bring something, to do something, to make something, to invent something, go for it. Yeah, there are going to be times where you're like the Tasmanian devil and just twirl around and like, honestly, what is going on here? But that's where the new path opens up typically. Maybe we're pushing the wrong way, or maybe we're pushing and we just need to hold. It's all of this, and it is the Zenathon is teaching me and I am getting to come into the natural flow of the divine partnership with co-creating. And this is big.
yes, it really is. It really is. And I know you had a mini Zenathon last night, and I saw your reel on Instagram, which was awesome, and it sounded amazing. So I know that must feel really good to actually have it, come Earthside, at least in part, after.
Yes, yes. I mean, in fact, I still feel quite high from the experience because, in my head, this I've been having the Zenathon probably millions of times where I literally see the whole thing.
Wow.
And then the mini Zenathon, but it's up here, right? It's still up here in the ethers, and
Yeah.
nothing has come down. The website that was a first down here on Earth, but last night with the mini Zenathon was literally pure magic because the combination of different presenters of people who I didn't even know came to this is the first time I met them, came to the mini Zenathon, and it was a circle of curiosity, of inspiring energy, of courage, of bravery, of empowerment, and it exploded with all of us. It was incredible.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine. I can imagine. Um, Now I know part of this for you too is it's the vision of the community of bringing together the healers, the practitioners, and allowing them and creating this environment where they can connect and build a community. Can you talk a little bit about like what are the benefits to practitioners to coming to this event as guests?
Yeah, this is an important component for me because I know so many practitioners, and this is an opportunity for them to meet new people, for them to cross-pollinate, to co-create with other presenters or meet new participants so that their practice grows, so that they can have more people follow them, interested in their work, share with them. I think we live in a very dense place of incredible people that everybody just doesn't know about. And I really want to shine the light on all of these treasures that are all around our area so more people have the option of seeing them. I am all for the regular medical community and the holistic side so that you can weave together the best tapestry that works for you. You want the best of everything based on what's going on. And so you may not know about a lot of these people who are right here in your town or maybe the town next to you. And as you know, since COVID, you don't always go in person. These people are available by Zoom as well. So you don't have to live within 5-10 minutes to go see somebody. You can see them online too. So for all
Yeah.
of presenters, it's a way to grow your community and share.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you never know where connections are going to lead, right? That's the beautiful part about it to me. It's just like you open that door and it's like the quantum field, like anything could happen. Even your story of finding the location, the venue for Zenathon, it came through this seemingly random connection, seemingly. So when you put yourself in that environment, magic can happen. You might find yourself doing your own retreat with
That's
somebody that you
exactly.
meet there.
It
Yeah.
will ignite things that you weren't even aware of were there as little seeds. And that's the beautiful part is just stepping into that sacred space where there's all of this beautiful energy and it just opens different things within each one of us.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, I cannot wait. It's going to be so beautiful. And thank you so much for sharing today more details and what to expect. It's beautiful. And you've dropped so many, pearls of wisdom. I wonder if, as we close out the podcast, could you share like a tip for our listeners to tap back into their zen, their inner peace when they're having a moment? Like what helps you or what would you recommend? Just an easy one for people to take away.
Yeah, I think the most basic thing is our breathing.
Mm,
And I know we breathe all the time, but we do it kind of unconsciously.
yeah.
And I would say first thing in the morning, right when you wake up, to take 10 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. And the first thing I would give an option of doing is thanking your body for waking up and thanking the day. And then breathe in peace and breathe out peace. And if you can do that 7 times, that breath work, and maybe you can't do it while you're in bed, you just have to get up. I know you're going to brush your teeth. You can couple it with brushing your teeth so that you're breathing in peace and out peace while you're brushing your teeth. And that just kind of sets the tone for the day for a peace-based foundation. And then things happen, right, throughout the day. Sometimes things twirl us around and we start getting constricted. That's
Mm-hmm.
when you stop breathing. That's when you go, oh, stop breathing in. Let me bring that peace back in. And it just kind of slows your whole being down, opens up your central energy channel, and allows you to be supported, like we talked earlier, from the universe and from the earth to help you be more
Mm,
peaceful.
I love that. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, breath is such a powerful tool.
Thank you for inviting me. I loved being here with you and answering questions and sharing about Zenathon.
Amazing. And Sonia, can you just tell the listeners before you go how to connect with you on Instagram or the best way that you would recommend?
Sure. You can connect. The Zenathon website is Zenathon. It's Zen, Zenathon. It's like marathon, Zenathon.org. You can reach out to me by email. My name's Sonya Masur, SonyaMasur @gmail. And on Instagram, my personal account is Sunshine, like sunshine, but Son, like Sonya, SonShine 111, or Zenathon is the other one as well.
Great. Thank you so much. And I'll make sure those are in the show notes as well. So again, thank you so much, Sonia, for sharing your energy and your light with us today and your beautiful wisdom. Can't wait for Xanathon.
Thank you,
And
Carrie.
you're welcome. And thank you to all the listeners. Hope to see you on the next episode of The Feminine Frequency. Take care.